Art is as valuable as the person who wants to pay for it. However that saying that I just butchered goes, it still applies to NFTs. And I think Gary Vee, he's mentioned this before, I swear, that an NFT could be absolutely anything. And especially if it's in the case like I'm on the precipice of being catapulted into a successful life, if I follow what I preach, if I practice, and if I can just authenticate it and validate it by walking the walk, then I also got to tune into some realities that will manifest as like celebrity status, and everyone's going to want a piece of me. And that's definitely been one of the reasons why I've been strongly avoiding putting myself out there, because ultimately, like, I must be super full of myself and super arrogant to have felt that if I fully lean into everything, I will, make them happen, and the world will demand more of me. And that kind of pressure, and I always felt like I've got to keep my ego in check. And so I've always avoided putting myself out there, because I feel like I have huge potential, and I'm only just coming round to this notion. And I think it was the right time to start CBT, because cognitive behavioural therapy is more of a signifier, if anything, that you have made a choice to change your life in some way or in some way or other, or another, rather. Right, so I recorded a video before, completely intentionally unfiltered, unpolished, off the cuff, freestyling it, intentionally imperfect, right? In all its glory, in all its cringiness and like anxiety triggering messiness. Because if I'm like a fortune teller and I am in the past narrating versions of myself, and then in the future it's all manifested and it's all come true, and it'll make me seem like I know the secrets of the world, which is kind of what I'm getting at. Like, everyone can attune to the secrets of the universe kind of thing. It's dangerous territory, but it's implied, right? Just because of the success. It's like, I said that in the past and it happened. Boom, next. I did it over and over again. So with this idea of having these first of videos, making of, the very first versions, once in the future scenario where I'm completely famous and everything I do has way more value, because people will just want to have ownership over that for bragging rights. I mean, whatever. That's, I'm looking to break down this kind of ego-centered value system. But, I can still take advantage of it and ride it out while I'm on the way up. Seems fine to me. So, yeah, as bad as the production value is of that first video, it's an important piece of media to keep, even if you can't fully understand the voices, my voice, the words rather, because the mic is just doing all this weird stuff. I shot it on photo booth on Mac OS. I didn't think it was that bad. Holy crap. There were no preferences or settings that I could tweak. I thought maybe after the fact that there was an auto like voice amplifier thing and background noise reduction. And I think that's burnt into the software because you can't adjust that. So it's really not a full-featured app. It's bare bones. So I won't be using that again. But, it's novelty factors like that, which the first video was so awful. It's a joke, but it is the unique thing. It is divinely authentic. You can't get even more authentic because it flies in the face of ego. And that's the whole point. So if I was to mint that video and sell it as an NFT in the future, I mean, the buying price potentially could be massive. And it's just like another thing, another way that my mind is saying, yeah, this can happen in the future. This is you follow this path, and that will be the future that you manifest. I keep telling this to you, and I keep feeling like that and hearing it like that, and I feel like that's coming from my persona, alter ego, higher state that I'm characterizing as grace. It might not be coming from grace, but it's like the closest explanation, and it feels like a correct fit right now. But until I unravel more details in the story, more character arcs and more plot twists, as I unveil more truths that seem to create more jigsaw piece puzzles, then I'll carry on thinking and believing in this way. Yeah, exciting.